What's going on, people? We are back again. We are Tottenham TV. Chew, fucking chew. Thomas Frank and another result rolls on. Back with Stel to have our instant match reaction before we bring you guys on to have your say as Spurs comfortably win 3-0 at home to Slavia Prague. Stel, professional performance.
Yeah, got the job done. Fully expected us to win handsomely tonight. Clean sheet. As predicted, we spoke before the game. I think I said 4-0. Should have been 4-0. Yeah, I mean, we're at home. I expect us to be the favourites. Slavia Prague haven't won a game in the Champions League. I think they're fourth from the bottom of the group. It was an easy night for us tonight, and we did the job. Yeah, professional, yeah.
Well, as we say that, let's go through the stats at full time. What were the stats saying still?
We had 53% possession, they had 47%. Our XG, 2.56, which is really good. Theirs was 1. Shots, we had 16, they had 12. We had 10 on target, they had 5 on target. Their goalie had more saves to make. Aerial duels was even. Fouls committed even. Corners, we had 8, they only had 3. So, attacking-wise, Spurs, stats-wise, were the better team. And in terms of passing, yeah, we had more passes, more accuracy, more forward passes, more long balls. Everything stats-wise points to a Spurs win.
So for what it was very, very even in the first half, we were a lot more commanding in the second half. And we'll just say we've had a new member join the We Are Tottenham TV family. So Joey boy, welcome to Silver. Welcome to the We Are Tottenham TV family. So first half, Spurs take the lead. Could have scored very, very early with Richarlison, couldn't they? But went straight to the goalkeeper. Took a bit of time to get the goal, didn't it? But then through a set piece, as you said, what the defender was doing, I don't know. A good flick on for Romero. And then their defender just heads it in, doesn't he?
Yeah, look, lucky first goal, but you take it. A goal's a goal. Slavia Prague had chances to equalise. I think if it was a draw at half-time, it would have been fair. Second half, Spurs were the more dominant team by far. Yeah, we went up a gear, and Slavia Prague, they still had the odd chance here and there, but we were the team in control of that second half. I think the first half was more 50-50. Second half, Spurs were the better team.
Yeah, but you know what? Both goalkeepers in that first half had a fair bit to do, didn't they? I mean, you were saying you were quite impressed. I was as well with the Slavia Prague goalkeeper, but Vicario had to make quite a few vital saves in the first half. Yeah,
most of them were from distance, so you'd expect him to save them. Wasn't really troubled in front of goal, but coming out, he was pretty decent as well. I think there's one he flapped at, but overall, he caught the ball on most occasions. Distribution was good.
Yep.
There was one ball he played that wasn't great, but overall, it was Vicario done well tonight. The whole team done well, to be fair. There's one or two players I thought didn't do as well, but
so who would they be?
For me, I thought Richie was average.
Okay.
And the other one, well, I don't think he was bad, but a lot of people said he was bad, and that was Porro. I thought Porro did all right.
I agree.
But a lot of people in the chat were saying Porro wasn't good tonight.
I agree. And I will say to the people that joined us for the chat, we really enjoyed doing the watch log and making it interactive with all your input. But let's get on to the second half. Spurs come out fighting straight away, get an early penalty. It was pretty much game over, and it was Porro, wasn't it? Getting a good cross in, but there was a wild challenge on him, and he went tumbling down to the advertising boards. But obviously it was a blatant penalty, wasn't it?
I mean, the build-up to the goal was good as well.
Yep.
Yeah, blatant penalties. Chopped him. Completely wiped him out. Both penalties were blatant. Even the one on Xavi Simons, the second penalty, he got wiped out. So, yeah, when you attack, you create problems. And when you create problems, you force mistakes. When mistakes happen, that's how goals are scored. So you've got to be attacking to force the errors. And that's what we did tonight. We attacked and we forced the errors.
And then Moku just put the penalty away lovely, didn't he? Just right down the middle.
Yep.
Surely he went off. It was good to see him get a bit of a rest, but then I have to say, for the third goal, I loved the build-up play again.
Yeah.
Spurs play some lovely football. Ball into Mawani, who touches it down to Xavi Simons, who we'll come on to in a minute. Easily earns the penalty, got away from his man, and then he tucked away the penalty just. Keeper got hold of him. It was again more. Spurs are attacking a lot with a lot more intent now, aren't they?
The last two games we've been much better on the attacking front. The fullbacks have been more involved. Not having the double pivot in front of the back four is better. Simmons playing, starting. You know, something I've been calling for a while. I've never understood why he's been benched, but the last 2 games he's played, and he's played well. So hopefully this is the formula we go with in more games. Not necessarily every game, because certain games we can't be like this because teams will pick us off. But more games than not, we should be more attacking. So, yeah, two good attacking performances back to back.
And I will say with that, I've completely forgot to say with the build-up, it was great play by Bergvall, wasn't it? Someone that you were saying the difference with Sarr and Bergvall driving forward. Bergvall only just coming. It was a great play for him to find one. He had an impact immediately, didn't he?
Look at the goal we scored against Fulham, where Bergvall, one touch, dinks it into Kudus's pass. The thing with Bergvall, and I think a lot of fans might not notice it, he's a more positive passer of the ball, whereas Pape Sarr looks for safety.
Yep.
That's why when we're talking during the match, I was saying I'd like to see Paulinho, Bergvall, Simmons. I think that's the midfield 3 that would work best for us. Not every game, but in quite a few games, because I just think Bergvall is a more positive player in that role in terms of he looks for that forward pass. There was a moment where Pape Sarr was running with the ball, but while he's made the run, and it's just play it to him.
Yep.
And he goes sideways, and you're thinking, why would you do that? Whereas Bergvall would have played that pass. So, yeah, look, I like Bergvall. I like him as a football player. And I like the way his brain thinks as a football player as well. I'm a big fan of Bergvall's, and I hope he keeps progressing, because there's a lot more to come from him. You know, he's doing well, but there's a lot more to come from him.
And we just got a couple of super chats. We'll quickly bring them up. So the first one is from Michael Hellman. Big up to you, Michael. Great supporter of all the channels. Great 3 points. We were not great. Slavia were that poor. Onwards we go. I mean, I think Slavia are a lot better than you and I thought they would be originally, especially in that first half. Most important thing, 3 goals, clean sheet. And sometimes you've got to win without being at your best. And obviously Brentford, we were at our best, or a lot more ruthless than we were today in mind of play, not goals.
Yeah.
But the change in the system in the last couple of games is starting to bear fruit, isn't it?
Brian, I've been saying for months, right? And I'll say it again tonight. I really don't care what any fan thinks. I have felt that Frank has been doing a bad job. And the reason I've been saying it, he has. He's not been doing a good job. And the reason I've been saying it is because he's been too cautious and too pragmatic, and he plays not to lose. And I've been saying for ages, you don't need to play with 2 defensive mid in front of a back 4 all the time. Let the fullbacks be more progressive, and you've got to start Simmons. It doesn't make sense that we're not starting him. Since he's been doing those things, we look a different team.
Yep.
And it's shut up a lot of fans that have been going around saying these players aren't good enough, this squad's rubbish. It's not. It's a decent enough squad to challenge for top 6. I don't think we're good enough for top 4. I don't. I don't think we're good enough to win major honours just yet.
FA Cup.
We can go on a run. But to be top 6, I believe this squad, when they're set up correctly by the manager and they're more attacking, I believe we can get top 6, and they're not a bunch of crap players. Do we need to make major changes to try and win the league? Yeah, we do. We do. Obviously, we do. Look at Arsenal. That's what you've got to aspire to, because they're top of the league. Do we need to make major changes to get to a Champions League final? Yeah. But for top 6, we have not been performing well enough. Frank, has he now turned the corner and decided he's going to go down this route? Let's wait and see. Let's see how we go the next 3-4 games. If we stick to playing like this, like I said to you earlier, I can get on board with it. Mm-hmm. I can totally say, do you know what? I'm liking the manager. I'm liking the style. But for 3 months, I've just been very frustrated with it, Brian. And I don't like when fans just blame the players all the time, when I know the players can do, they're better than what we're seeing. That doesn't mean we've got a great squad, but we're I think, like, where would you say we are in terms of a league position type squad? I think 6th is where we belong with this squad.
I could go
better, lower.
Well, put it this way: before we even appointed Frank, before we even sacked Ange, I said next season I could see us getting top 8, get out the Champions League group stages, whether it be by top 8 or playoff. And as always, like I'll always say, get the FA Cup back at Spurs. And then when Frank came in, I was like, okay, I'll stand by it. Then when Kudus, Paulinho and others came in, I did go top 6. I was top 6. Obviously, even for me, and people will know I am Thomas Frank's number 1 supporter. You never would have get.
No.
You'd never.
No way.
Just in case people hadn't cracked it.
No, it's not true. I can't believe it.
Is my cover blown? Is my cover blown?
Show off your T-shirt again.
Woohoo! Thomas Frank. There you go. Choo choo. Right, let's get this back on track. I was getting frustrated with what he did, but I could kind of understand what he was trying to do. But I did want to see more from him. These last after the Fulham game, Brentford game, I said this is the football he wants to play, and I kept saying beforehand the midfield three was a big issue that he hadn't got the right combination. It looks like he's finding the right combinations now, and this is how I believe he wants to play. And now he needs to keep at it. Like we want to see it against Forest, want to see it against Liverpool. Liverpool will be a huge test if he goes to Liverpool. So if we play Liverpool, and he plays with the one, whether it be Bentancur or Paulinho, and doesn't go back to a Paulinho and Bentancur, then I think we've got every chance to beat Liverpool.
So I've got a little caveat, right?
Go on.
I think against certain teams, we should be more defensive. Not defensive like Arsenal defensive, where we don't attack at all, right? But I think against certain teams, we should be more defensive. But I would say if you've got 20 teams in the league, I could pick 4 or 5 games where I think we should be defensive and play counter-attack.
Liverpool at home, do you reckon we should do it? Bearing in mind what Liverpool are currently...
Right now, Liverpool there for the taking, so I would go for it.
Yeah.
I would take the risk and go for it. But the Liverpool that we used to know, no, I wouldn't.
Yeah, no, that's...
So Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City, the old Liverpool, and maybe Newcastle, I would say play pragmatic.
At home we're talking about, yeah?
Home or away.
Okay.
I would say be pragmatic, but with an emphasis on quick transition.
Mm-hmm.
The rest, just go for them. Just go for them. And even if you lose, at least you lost knowing you tried to win the game.
Agreed.
And I think we will win a lot more games than not. But I don't want us just to be attacking every single week, because I don't think we're good enough for that every week.
There we go. So let's get the other super chat, and then we'll have a quick wrap up of tonight, and then we'll start bringing on you, the fans that want to come and have your say. So it's from Lol SQ7 hour. Great performance. Tell really did superb the time he's got. Need to support him because to become something great on our left wing. Up Stel and Brian, so big up, I think you meant to say. Thank you for the super chat.
Big up to you as well.
I think Tell did do well when he came on. I really think he did do well. He had that chance where he had the little dancing feet and had that shot, it came out to Sarr. I think playing on the left, he did do some bits and pieces. What do you reckon?
It's hard to tell when you play a team like Slavia Prague, right? Because do you remember when we beat Copenhagen like 3-4-0?
Yep.
And then the games after that were just shambolic.
Yep.
This is what I mean about, we just got to be a little bit, keep your feet on the ground when we play these weaker teams like the Doncasters, when we beat them 3-0, Copenhagen, this lot. I expect us to batter these teams. The test will be, right, you got a tricky game away at Forest next away. What do Spurs do in that game? And this has been the story all season. What do you do in that next game? That's where we can begin to judge. If Tell comes on in that game, gets a goal, gets an assist, then we can talk about it. But it's hard to judge anyone on a game like tonight, because look who we're playing against. But we got the job done, and that was the main thing. Look, tonight wasn't about performance. It was about tonight we just needed to get a win. So at least now, with 2 games to go in the Champions League, we're in the hunt to try and get automatic qualification.
What I have loved in the second half of both Brentford and this game, we've still created. I mean, what was the first half XG was 0.7 or 0, and then the second half it's gone up to 2.
It went from 0.5 first half to 2.56.
Exactly. So what I have loved in the second half,
massive jump.
I don't know if yourself and obviously the people watching have seen it, is we've played slightly different to how we have in the first half, but we've been high pressing, counter attacking. Yes, we weren't creating as many chances or taking as many chances as Brentford. Obviously, we got the 2 penalties this game. Yeah. We've been a bigger threat in the second half, playing the counter-attacking, high-press football than we have in the second. So
I think. Okay, so with the second half, you're better off looking at the number of shots and shots on target and successful forward passes, because that went up.
Yep.
Look at that more than XG, and the reason I say that is because penalties, the XG goes super high.
Of course.
So it's
That's
a
a good
bit
point.
misleading. That's the thing with penalties. It just blows the XG through the roof.
It's true.
So if you, which actually backs up what you were saying earlier when you said you hate XG. When it comes to penalties, the XG does give you misleading information. But if you look at the amount of shots we took second half, shots on target, corners won, forward passes, that all went up.
Yep.
So that says, hold on, they're attacking more.
Yep.
So other stats show that we were better attacking wise second half. And we were. Second half, we were more. Do you know what? I thought we were attacking just as much in the first half. I just thought we were better at it.
In the second half.
Yeah, we were better at it.
I mean, when you get to see a Ben Davies corner in the second half, you know things are good at.
What a corner!
Mate, you took two of them.
What a corner!
You took two of them.
It was so good.
Ben Davies on the set pieces, people. But listen, who would you say was your man of the match? And people in the chat, who's your man of the match? And then we'll start getting people on.
Probably Richarlison. He was rubbish, man. No, I'll tell you who. Defenders, probably no one really stood up for me defensive-wise. I thought Spence had a really good game.
All right, so you go to Spence.
I thought Spence had a good game, but I'm going to give it to...
There's a few people saying Kudus earlier. A few people saying Kudus now. But someone has mentioned who I think it went to. My brother Kamala. I think Xavi had another great performance.
I was thinking Xavi, you know.
I think Xavi's got two man of the matches back to back. I think he's growing in stature. He's dictating the play.
He won a penalty. He scored a penalty.
Yeah.
He was yeah, go on, Xavi.
Let's go, Xavi. Right.
Go, Xavi.
Mine and Stel's time is over. It's now going to be over to you guys. We're going to start bringing the guests on. And Sammy, who have we got on first, brother? We're just waiting to bring them on.
Sammy's too busy counting all the money he made when he cashed out.
Oh yeah, we forgot.
He's forgotten he's working.
Sammy, thanks to the chat and us too.
Sammy's forgotten he's
today on a
working.
free bet. Sammy is living the life of Riley.
Sammy,
It
wake
was
up.
a great mate.
I'll be chasing this high forever.
Well, exactly, mate. This is what Thomas Frank does, brother. He helped you in a grand. So we are just waiting to bring the guests on. Sammy will be bringing them on shortly. So we are waiting, but let's go back. Yeah, a lot of people are saying Xavi. Spence was there. Kudus. It's great to see so many different options as well. It's great to see so many different options. But let's see. We have a bit of a technical issue at the moment whilst trying to bring.
So Sammy cashed out on his bet,
Wait, is there no one there?
No.
and Sammy made.
We got some people.
Sammy,
That might have been the quickest fan show of all time. But it's not. People are coming in now. So we're waiting to bring on the first guest. Oh, I know who it is. We said that Xavi, when he does this, has a crown. Well, there's someone with a royal pedigree coming on now.
got a smile on his face.
Mate,
Look at that smile on his face.
I'm just saying,
Look at that
I'm
smile on
going
his
to make a
face.
call to the king. Where's the king? How are we doing, brother?
Hey guys, how are y'all?
Big up,
Good,
Wes.
geezer.
How you
All
doing,
good.
Wes?
What have you got to say about today's performance, brother?
It was a good performance, but I agree a lot with Stel. Like I think we shouldn't think about this. This was a poor team. Let's be for real. Like some of the types of shots and stuff I was seeing was like, okay, there's not. It's not a team that was really giving us really crazy problems. They had some good moments though, especially coming, I think, mainly from that winger number 11 that they had on that team. He was really one of the main players with any kind of quality to show up for him that night. But I think overall, this just gives more confidence, hopefully, to our players to get us back into form. So this is great by Xavi. Xavi, that's the most I've seen him look so active. He was really, really doing a good job throughout that game. I like the work Kudus was doing. I still think he holds the ball too long. I really do. He holds the ball a little too long. I want him to release that and then go for a run, and then he's going to get the ball back if more times than not if he plays like that. Kind of like what Xavi does. Xavi, he does like a little one touch, then he'll go for the run and he gets the ball back and it creates something. And I just want to see more of that probably with Kudus as well. I think Odegaard did decently. Of course, midfield did decently as well. There's moments we probably could have did more. I think we did get. We got some good run, but I wish we kind of scored more in the transition of the offense. We got most of our goals came from just mistakes from the other team, especially with the own goal as the first goal, and the other two being penalties. I wish to see more goals in the run of play. I would have actually liked it. That would have really told you where we're at when it comes to how we're playing the system and everything. So. But hey, you can't really too much complain because we needed to get 3 points out of this one just to put us good for the table, especially when I think we got to finish up against Dortmund in the Champions League. So we got to really show up for that game because, I don't think it's going to be as quick as or easy to play. It's still Dortmund. That's a good team. And, most of the play, I think they just got a little bit more higher quality wingers than what we do on attack. So we really got to be ready for them defensively. But other than that, it was a good game. I'm happy that we got the 3 points. Happy that we played well. A lot of our key players scored and at least saw the ball go in the back of the net. So that was good for their confidence. I do want to talk about Richarlison. Richarlison.
Oh, Stell's favourite subject.
Man, that's a no. I agree so
dialogue.
much with Stell. Hey, Stell, I agree with you so much, man. The blanks he was missing is just insane. Like, he would just snuff. He's snuffing easy tap-ins, that I think Solanke would have just dreamed of having, somebody like so. I can't wait till Solanke goes back. But the sad thing is we have to wait for him to get back into form. And that's the whole problem with us with these injury situations that, we're going to get these players back, but they're not going to – it's going to take them like a month or so for them to really get to where they were, especially like players like Madison and et cetera. So it's – but hey, hopefully we can solve that situation. So it's not to get on Richie too much. He's been able to knock in some goals these past couple of weeks. It's not – but it's just that he's not – for where we need to be, he's not the striker. Clearly he's just not. He doesn't have that kind of gravitas. He doesn't have that kind of ability, especially when it comes to like that kind of volley type shots that you need a striker to hit in the box. He just doesn't do that. He's very good sometimes in the air when it comes to headers, but no, when it comes to like being clinical, getting like those kind of goals, a lot of the goals he even scores is like after we're down like a goal or two. It's like almost like a confirmation goal. It's not even goals that's really taking us to win the game or anything like that to me. And I know that's, people going to disagree or whatever, say I'm being too harsh on him, but at the end of the day, he's not on the level that we need to be. That's just is what it is. But we paid a whole lot of money for him. That's the sad thing.
Stel, before you go on about Richard, I just want to add something before you obviously have your say on it.
I would love to say I agree with Wes.
No, I know. But what I want to mention with this is, do we reckon, obviously, Richarlison is having to play every single game up front? Like, every single game, which is uncharted territory to him because of the injuries. Yes, he should have got a goal or two today, but is playing him every single game. And you've got to remember, Mawani is being more of a winger and not scoring. Yes, you would think if Solanke was there, maybe he would have taken a couple of them or been in a better position. Is playing Richarlison week in, week out, as much as we need to do it at the moment, could that be a hindrance as well for him, like for having performances like tonight, which the rub of the green didn't go for him?
Pick any top striker in world football in the last 50 years, they play pretty much every week.
I get that, but this is
every week. Harry Kane played every week. Yep. He scored.
That's a different. Remember, we're talking apples and oranges here.
But we're talking about strikers. Good strikers, they want to play. Good footballers want to play. They don't want to be rested. They want to keep playing. For me, Richarlison, he'll get goals, maybe 10, 12 per year, but this club's been used to Berbatov, Defoe, Keane, Son, Kane, Klinsmann, Lineker. We can go on and on and on and on. Richie's nowhere near that level, not even close to that level. And that's the problem, because there'll be games where we need him to score that 6-yard shot that he misses. And that's the difference between a win and a draw or a loss. for now, we just got to go with him because we haven't really got anything else other than Moani. Solanke's out for until February. Scarlett,
2028.
he's not going to get a look in. So really, Johnson's been ostracised. So it's either Richie or Moani as a 9. And I, by the way, just so people know, I don't hate Richie. I don't despise him. I just, my standards, he doesn't meet those standards. That's what it is. He just doesn't meet those standards.
You know what it is? I think we all agree we need a better striker.
That's it.
There's no denying it. But at the moment, he's what we've got. And what was it? That stat, 17 goals in his last 24. Yes, it spans over a little while. I mean, Wes, coming back to you, if we had to start the Premier League game, or even, let's go back. If you wanted to see a different striker up front for this game, obviously Moani was rested because of the knock and he came on. Would you put Matisse Tell up there? Or would you say Moani, you're going straight in there at the number 9, where he hasn't been amongst the goals really, has he?
I like Moani more on the wing. I'm not gonna lie.
Same.
I like him.
Completely agree.
Yeah, I like him more on the wing. I know he could play striker. Really, I wanted to see Johnson one time up top at striker because of how good he is with those kind of tap ins, with those kind of volleying, kind of in the box kind of shots that he's good at following. He's good at following the ball. When a winger has, like when somebody like Kudus has the ball and they're going on transition, or even a Zavi going in like that, he's good at following at those corners inside the box. He's very good at he's an very good inbox scorer on Johnson. So I feel like he'll be perfect just to get those kind of goals that, you know, a lot of times Richie sometimes misses or snuffs a lot, you know. But then he'll have, you know, it's so weird with Richarlison. He's such a weird player because then he'll score from the half mark of the pitch. You know, and we'll be like, dang, where is that? Or he'll do a crazy good dribble move going past multiple players, and you're like, okay, where was that? You know, we just don't see those moments. We don't see consistently all the time. And then it's not happening in moments where it wins us the game. It happens in moments after we pretty much lost the game. Like, you look at most of the goals these last couple of weeks, you know, when we were down bad, like, it's when we were down bad. It was like a lot of, it's just conciliation goals. It wasn't really goals that was going to help us like really come back and win the game or anything like that. It wasn't a game time goal or something, you know. I mean, that's no shot at them, but it's like a shot at them at the same time. Which, you know, hey, take that as you will. But it's just I'm kind of done seeing them. I'm just done seeing them because it's like, and I hated that we wasted pretty much $60 million on him. But strikers these days in modern football is expensive.
Wes, do you know what it is, right? If you say Kudus is a brilliant player, Xavi Simons is a quality player, Van der Ven is class, if you say all these things and then you say Richie's crap, everyone will remember that you said Richie's crap and forget all the players you've praised, right? It's weird. It's just the football fan world is like that. It's almost as if
it changes week to week.
I don't know. People just pick on. It's almost like you can't be critical of anything. You can't criticize or challenge anything. I think with Richarlison, if you were to say to any Spurs fan, "Can we win a league with Richarlison in number 9?" You're going to struggle to find anyone that says yes.
Win the league, yeah, I completely agree.
Right. So the question then is, right? I'll ask you, Wes, and you, Brian. The question is, what is your ambition as a Spurs fan? Is it to challenge to get into Europe? Is it to maybe go on a cup run, or is it to be back to what Pochettino did, who was challenging for leagues, challenging for Champions League, proper challenging. That's what you got to ask yourself as a Spurs fan.
His second season, didn't it?
Oh no! I'm not saying now.
Yeah.
If you want Spurs to be that team, is Richarlison your number 9? Show me a Spurs fan that says yes.
Yeah,
that's the basis of my argument.
Yeah, and I agree. I always think that as a club, historically, we've been more of a cup type of team. We've never been crazy with going league, but that's true. Of course, what the stratosphere we're trying to hit is starting to, go back to doing that. We haven't did that since the early 50s, and then I think mainly we probably had a lot of good chances probably back in the 60s, and of course, more recent, of course, is the Pochettino era, and that's about it. It's literally 50s, 60s was when we actually won the leagues in the early 50s. 60s we had chances, but we won a lot of European stuff, and then it was Pochettino era, and we just got close, and that was it. Other than that, it's been nothing but cups and European titles, which is great. So that's usually what we go for. But I feel like we still gotta. If we're talking about in that sense, we got to get back to consistently going for a lot of cups and stuff like that to me before we really start going after the league stuff. But of course, that's what you want to see immediately. It's just us, at least having a go at it. But yeah, Richarlison is not that kind of player. He's just not. I think Solanke is close to that, but it's just that he hasn't been on the field. Just hasn't been on the pitch because of one reason or another. Some of them with Udoji, I think everybody's saying he could be great to have, and he is usually pretty good when we have him. But then he'll get a knock, and then he's out for 2 weeks, and then he has to get back acclimated, and that takes away form and where we're going. So that's the Madison. He hasn't even been in any of our important games. Like if you really think about it, well, leading up to that Europa League final, he did great. I think we still got to give him praise for that. Leading up to the Europa League final, but then when we get to those kind of games, he's hurt or something like that, or if we're really looking like we're about to go somewhere, he'll get hurt, and then we're out of options when it comes to attacking or creative players, which we have so limited of. We literally only got Xavi, and that's about it. So it's just those kind of things that's like we have to really worry about. But when it comes back to the game, that it's a good game, but I'm more on how Stella is. I'm being level-headed of where we're at because it was Slavia Prague. And
what are you trying to say, Wes? That I'm going OTT and my judgment is a little bit clouded because of my love of a certain manager. I think I'm very misunderstood. I think
you can love Frank.
I do.
But it's just I'm actually I've been like Stel, and a lot of people to get on me and Stel for being so we're so about everything, but it's only because we know we've seen this recycle so many times, and it just get at a point you just start being like, okay, why do you think the atmosphere is like how it is in the stadium? Everybody feels that way. We never know what we're going to get. It's never consistent. That's why everybody's saying, "Oh, Slavia Prague's fan base was dang, they were really up in the air, really jumping for joy." I'm like, yeah, because they support their team. They don't care that about the loot because I think they already know where they're at. But I think they just have a certain understanding of what their club is. For us, we get so many false narratives of what our club should be, and then we just get disappointed. And then that hurts us and how we support our team, even though we're so consistent in loving and supporting Spurs. But when we go, you look at that stadium, it was throughout that game, it was quiet. I'm not gonna lie, we weren't really going crazy. Yeah. Even though we're up 3 goals, you would think that everybody's there. I saw some empty seats really those last couple of minutes. I don't know if the traffic is just crazy and people just leave a little early when we look like we're about to just straight up win. I don't know what it is, but most of the time other fan bases, they would stay there until the final whistle and wait for the players to walk around, and clap and everything, and then they'll start heading out. We were leaving early, so it's so weird, but it's only because we've been getting so many false narratives of what our club should be and what standard we're going after.
Wes, let me ask you a question. Tonight we've obviously won. Our goal difference is quite good. Mm-hmm. We're knocking on the door of automatic qualification. With 2 games to go, Borussia Dortmund at home, Frankfurt away. Do you think we could get automatic qualification, or do you think it's just one step too much for us at the moment?
I have no idea because Dortmund and Frankfurt are no pushover teams. Like I know Frankfurt just lost to Barcelona, I think 2-1, but they were playing them pretty well. Dortmund is no team that we should be, of course, playing around with. So those are 2 actual serious type of clubs that we can't play around with. It's not going to be, they're not going to be Slavia Prague. Like we're not going to be out here running the mill, because we made a lot of mistakes. If you look at the run of play, we made a lot of mistakes, a lot of bad passing. Again, we look like we couldn't string together 2 passes at certain points throughout that game, which is stuff that you do have to be critical of because that's just been a problem for some weeks now. But it's important that we start trying to get those creative juices going. So when we play teams like that, maybe we can have better passing and everything then. But those 2 teams in the pushovers, we really got to play well against them. We actually got to attack, but we got to attack them. We got to attack players that are the teams that are on the same level as us or above. We got to be fearless. As Frank said at the beginning of the season, it's going to take us being fearless, and that's what it's going to take. We can't just sit back and be scared to go forward and have our attackers be wary to make a forward pass. Like it just can't happen. So I love what I saw today, but we got to do the same mentality against teams that are probably just as good or better than us. And those
so is that automatic qualification or is it playoffs for you?
I can't tell because I don't know how we can play good and then we can't play good. And then, I don't know. It's so weird. It can go either way. Either way, I think we can get through. Even if we play playoffs, I think we can make it through. Even then, but it's just more games though that we don't need to play. So
Yeah, it's
of course,
two more games.
Yeah, I want automatic because it's just easier on our players.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
So
absolutely.
of course, I'm always going to go Spurs. So I'm going to say automatic, but I know those two games are going to be.
Now you just need to go
They're gonna be
choo-choo,
frustrating.
Wes. I need to hear
Yeah,
a
they're going to be
choo-choo.
frustrating. Y'all know how it goes. It's going to be frustrating. It's just going to happen. Like it's going to be like, oh, we should probably win this an easy 2-1. Nah, it's you'll be surprised.
Well, Wes, it's always a pleasure speaking to you, buddy, and we will speak to you again very soon, my man.
See you guys. Yeah, come
Take care,
first.
brother. Can't you, Spurs? I have to say,
Big up,
I
Wes.
have to say before we bring on the next guest, I promised myself, and I said it loud and proud on YouTube and social media, when a certain owner leaves the club, I'm just to be a ray of sunshine and positive and happy. Then we got my manager in. As draining as it can be at times, being a super duper positive, I am loving this side. I am loving being on this side of the fence. And long may it bloody well continue. But
Before we bring in the next guest, right? We've got Nate coming on, people. I've got a question for him before he comes on. I just want to give him a couple of seconds to think about it.
Go on.
How dark has it really got to get? He's cracking up laughing.
There we go.
He knows what I'm talking about.
There we go. So let's bring him on. Big up to you, Nate.
How dark does it have to get?
Hey, what's happening? What's happening?
What's happening,
How we
mate?
doing, buddy?
You good?
Good. What do you want to talk about, buddy?
Well, it's getting brighter. It's getting brighter.
That was quick. 2
saying.
weeks.
Boy, to be fair, before getting to the game, do you know what it was? Since the Brentford game, I watched it. Great result. He stopped playing the silly double pivot.
Agree.
Yeah.
Put Javi back into the team. And then from that, we saw a different team. We saw some togetherness. Do you know what I'm saying? We saw some personality from the players. And I'm like, all right. I'm not fully on board the Frank train yet. I'm just looking like, right, you seem like you've turned a corner. Do you know what I'm saying? You've turned the corner. This is good. This is a positive look on things. See the game today, a similar thing. But I will say that one thing I don't like about Thomas Frank still, he seems to be like a step behind what is quite obvious. Like, good performance today, decent win. Do you know what I'm saying? Three goals, none out of open play, which to me is concerning. Do you know what I'm saying? You want to see the strikers put away goals. Richarlison was wasteful. And I think he's still not getting the balance right in the midfield.
Do you know, Nate?
Nah, man. No. I think Paulinho can't play with Gray. I think that doesn't work. I think Gray's got to play with Bentancur because he can. If you saw today, in the first half, it was so scatty sometimes and chaotic in that middle. Like they couldn't slow it down. Do you know what I'm saying? They couldn't really control it like the second half. I think Gray's got to play with Bentancur, and if he wants to play Paulinho, he's got to play Bergvall. But I think Bergvall in the middle should be the first name on the team sheet for that centre of the park. It should be Bergvall mainstay. Then you put in a Bentancur, you put in a Paulinho, or if you're going to play a Gray, you play a Bentancur. Do you know what I'm saying? And you put Xavi at the tip of the spear with them, conducting things over there. Do you know what I'm saying? But I think it was a decent win, and I think what will really actually have me saying, oh, we're doing a thing now, is the next two games in the Premier League. I think almost this game is a bit of a distraction. Do you know what I'm saying? Because if we play Nottingham Forest and lose or win or don't win and fail to win, then we're low-key back in the same place. We don't actually know what's going on. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that's how I kind of feel. And I think Javi's been in the gym. Do you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I think he's been in the gym, and I think he's almost, he seems to get not got a bit stronger, but he's a bit more balanced. Do you know what I'm saying? He's not going over as easily.
I think he looks stronger.
He does, mate. He does. I think this time
he looks
had
stronger.
out, we obviously we would have all liked to have seen him start more games, but I completely agree with Nate. I think Frank and the backroom staff have had him in the gym on a fitness program, have been beefing him up, getting him acclimatised. Yeah, he's come on. Yeah, I'd love to have seen him start more games, but the two games that he's come in, Nate, it's been man of the match performances in both of them, hasn't it?
Yeah, 100%, 100%. And I think now you're seeing some more of his personality come up. Do you know what I'm saying? His head's knocked down. He's gassing the crowd up. Do you know what I'm saying? I love the way he throws himself into the tackles all the time. Like if you looked at his shirt today, he's covered in the most mud. Do you know what I'm saying? His whole strip's all dirty. I'm like, yeah, he's not just trying to play pretty, putting himself about. So yeah, I think it was a decent performance, but I think defensively we look bad still. I think defensively a couple times today we got cut open, and at a better team they're putting those goals away.
Agree. But Joe, what? Let's have this conversation with Nate, because we saw in the chat.
Yeah.
Don't know if you're watching the live stream or watching along with us or watching the commentary on TNT. But once Porro came off, there were a lot of people saying that he was pathetic today. Or not pathetic, sorry, he had a poor performance. You and me both disagreed with it, didn't you? What did you think of Porro today, Nate?
No, I thought Porro was solid. I thought Porro was solid, yeah, man. I think because he didn't he play that ball in that won the penalty.
Porro won the first penalty, yeah.
He won the
with
first
his
penalty.
diving when he went to the advertising boards.
Yeah, no, I think he was solid today. I think there was a lot of that inversion
He's
going
one
on
who got fouled.
Yeah.
with the
He's
yeah
one who got
exactly.
fouled, yeah.
There was a lot of that inversion going on, like with Porro tucking inside and Jed Spence, who had a good game tucking inside, and then the wingers going wide. And I think certain times on Porro's side when they both did it, it cost us a bit of width. But I think he had a solid game, man. I definitely didn't see when they're saying the ones and twos. I was like, that's a bit harsh.
Yeah, I couldn't believe
what I'm
we saw that. I thought it was very. You and me both thought we saw it, didn't we?
Yeah, Nate, let me ask something, because you mentioned about the defence not looking solid, right?
Yeah.
What was the difference? Because against Brentford, they hardly laid a glove on us, whereas Slavia Prague, they got into us on many occasions today, and they were just very poor in front of goal. Brentford are better than Slavia Prague, and Thiago is the second top goal scorer in the Premier League for Brentford.
Yeah.
So why is it Brentford couldn't get into us, but yet Slavia Prague could defensively? What do you put that down to?
I think I put it down to that midfield. I just don't think that Archie and Paulina was as solid as it could have been, and I think there was I wouldn't say a nervousness, but there was a freneticness on the ball today. Do you know what I'm saying? It was like there wasn't that sense of calm in the first half, and the second half when they got into us, I think there was just like a couple times Archie goes out of position. He had a good game though. A couple times Paulina was out of position as well. So I think them two just didn't work the best. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't think them two work the best in there. I think if you play Paulina, all you do is say you're defensive. Do you know what I mean? You're just sweeping this whole thing up, and you let Bergvall move the ball around and play forward. But I think that when you have Paulina and Archie Gray, they both are doing some defensive and some attacking, some defense, and it's like it wasn't solid. It wasn't solid. There was a lot of last-ditch challenges as well, like which was like it's all good and it's good for the crowd. Do you know what I'm saying? But I would rather not be in that position defensively. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think when you're thinking about Frankfurt, the Frankfurts and the Dortmunds, a lot of them teams are going to take those chances. Do you know what I'm saying? That's a level up in competition.
Yeah, no, you're right. I was going to say as well, I agree with you that I think, talking about Archie Gray, who I think, again, had a very good first half performance, obviously didn't see out the full 90. I kind of agree with you. I think he looked a lot more comfortable with Bentancur than a Paulinho. So you were saying, you reckon it's, because you were saying, and you said as well, a Bergvall needs to start with a Paulinho. Obviously that leaves Pape Matar kind of out and not first choice, coming off the bench. But I kind of agree with you with a Paulinho, a Bentancur Gray going ahead to Forest on Sunday.
Yeah.
What would you like that midfield or that two to be? Because obviously we would assume Simmons is definitely getting another start in the 10. For the Forest game, what would you like to see?
Forest game, I want to see Bergvall, and I want to see Paulinho, because that way Bergvall can just fully be that 8, but also be that 8 that's more forward facing. Do you know what I'm saying? And you just let Paulinho do the dog work, which I think he excels at. Do you know what I'm saying? I think he excels at charging around and putting his foot in, etc. Do you know what I'm saying? Yep. Bentancur, he can do that. He's a mix. He's like an 8 that's a bit more defensive, and I'm like, he's neither one or the other. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'd rather just have a straight dog. Do you know what I'm saying? And then a straight like 8 creative that's just gonna go and link up with Javi. Because you see, as soon as Bergwijn got on the pitch, penalty.
Yeah, it was great play for him. Still called it as soon as he came on.
Can I ask something, Nate? You know the midfield?
Yeah.
What do you think of a midfield of Paulinho, Bergvall and Simmons?
I like it.
Because we've never done that before.
We've never done that, not once. But I also think that's because Frank knows that's a very attacking midfield. In the sense of Bergwijn's probably not going to defend the way Archie's going to defend, and it's all going to be on Paulinho to do the sweeping up. And I think that's the caution in Frank, where he's like, that's him still holding not the handbrake on, but still being like, let me get two midfielders that are going to do some dirty work, rather than one guy that's going to do all the dirty work and the other guy is just going to be trying to move that ball, advance the ball forward. Do you know what I'm saying? Get it into dangerous areas. I feel that's our best midfield for that would have been our best midfield to play the last 4 to 3 games.
So then when you say it, would you rather? Because obviously you said we haven't seen that midfield three of Paulinho, Bergwijn, Simmons. If we were to see it in the near future, let's say over Christmas, would you rather see that at home or away?
Away, depending on the team, but definitely at home.
You'd like to see more at home. So let's say Liverpool, which will be the next. Would you, with Liverpool, kind of? We don't know where they'll be after, obviously, their game at the weekend.
Do you know one thing, Brian?
Go on.
I hate experimenting against Liverpool. What? I'd rather experiment in other games. We're going to Liverpool having tested it out first.
You'll say Forest.
Well, I just don't like experimenting against Liverpool.
like first time against
I hear what you're saying. Yeah, exactly.
It's an intimidating proposition because at the end of the day, they do have quality all over the pitch.
It's like when we experimented with who was it? We played Oliver Skip at left back at Anfield. Remember that?
Oh, don't. Anfield gives me
it's like, why must we experiment against them?
Yeah.
Was it? I think Ange did it. I think it was Ange that did it. Yeah.
I think against Liverpool could go with Bergwijn and Bentancur. Do you know what I'm saying? Xavi, maybe, but I think that's even still against Liverpool. It might be a bit lightweight in the middle of the park, depending on how they're looking. The next couple games, obviously, they're in turmoil right now.
They won tonight.
But I think against anyone out of the top 6.
They won 1-0 against Inter Milan away.
Today?
Yeah.
The score?
Yeah, they were good as well. Liverpool looked good today.
Yeah, but they've been having those ones. They've been winning and losing, winning and losing, winning and losing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, the Champions League, they're getting the job done. In the Premier League, they just can't. And I've said it before. Do you remember a good few years ago when AVB lost his job after a 5-0 pummeling by Liverpool just before Christmas? I've got a feeling Karma's about to finally come back, and we might be Arne Slot's last game as Liverpool manager and get the win.
I would love that, but I think that's going to be a very, very, very tough game. And if that's going to happen, then the forwards got to start scoring, because we didn't score a goal from open play today.
Yeah, but you know what? We didn't score. Set pieces are a big thing. I get what you're saying. Like you said, Richarlison had chances. We hadn't scored set pieces for a while. We did. All right, 2 of them were penalties. We scored from a corner. It was a corner, wasn't it? Not a free kick.
Yeah, corner own goal.
Corner own goal.
Yeah.
So it's good to see that we scored. Brentford, obviously, we didn't score from set pieces. They're open play. So there's a bit of variation. But I agree with you. We need to get more on the score, more from open play. But Nate, it's always a pleasure speaking with you, buddy.
Of course.
Have a wonderful evening.
Nate, before you go, could you do me a favour? Could you leave your number in the private chat at the back, and I'll get Sammy to take it. I want to reach out to you about something.
All right, cool. Say less. We'll do that.
Thank you, Nate.
All right, Nate. Speak to you soon, brother. See you later. All right, let's keep going through them. I believe we got another 3 people. Is that right, Sammy?
Yeah.
Okay. So the next person, he's in a very, very dark setting, and with a name like Darth, it's very good to be on the dark side. Oh, there he is. He's brought the light. Darth Vader has left the dark side. He's coming to the light. Let's bring on Darth. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing quite well. What's up, Dago? How's it going, man?
All good, buddy. All good. What do you reckon of today's performance?
Overall, it was okay. Like Nate just said, not scoring from open play was a little disappointing. But, you got to be happy with the win, the 3 points and all that. And a number 7 on the score sheet today. How about that for Sonny?
Mate, didn't even think about that. Didn't even think about that.
I didn't think about that either.
Didn't even think about that. I mean, I completely.
Xavi had to score today. Had to score.
He did, but Darth, how impressed have you been with Xavi the last couple of games?
Yeah, I'm happy to see him doing well. I mean, I was starting to lose, faith a little bit. I knew it would take some time, I know I've heard it been said how Javi likes to bring people on him and get fouled and all. Did you notice how dirty his uniform was today?
Yeah, Nate mentioned as well.
Yeah, Nate mentioned that.
Oh, dude, he was green leaving the field today. I mean, he was on the floor left and right. And so seeing him kind of get used to that, the physicality of the Premier League, and start to really shine, I mean, it's good. It's much needed with Kulu and Madison out. I mean, we have to have a 10. I like Bergvall. I agree with you, Stel. I think Paulinho, Bergvall, and Javi, I like that midfield.
I like it.
It could be a little reckless because all three of them love to fly in challenges, which, I mean, I like, but I get that it could be a little reckless. So maybe have, Archie in there. But I'm just glad to see Frank finally learn what all of us, I'm not the first one to say it, but we can't have Bentancur and Paulinho in the game at the same time. It's just like with last year, whenever Basuma and Bentancur started together, it was just, we had nothing going forward. It's the same thing this year. We can't do both of them. So it's got to be one of the teenagers, either Ray or Bergvall, with Paulinho or Bentancur. It seems like everyone's kind of figured that out. Like, that's the way to go. Let's just stick with it and hope this continues.
I agree.
Yeah, so what we're talking again. Let's talk about, because I'm enjoying having the conversation about Archie Gray. Obviously, he didn't play the full 90 minutes again today, like he did against Brentford. I think defensively, he did everything he needed to. He wasn't as adventurous going forward, but he's had a good couple of performances, hasn't he, Duff?
Absolutely. He's got that silkiness about him. A lot of people were talking about how, even though he's so young, he's got good maturity and how calm he is on the ball. And so it's good to see that. And it's good to see him played in his obviously best position. Mm-hmm. Last year trying to throw him in at right back and center, it just doesn't work. We all agree. We all, hope the best for him, but playing him in defense, it just wasn't working. So I'm glad to see them being played in the midfield. So it's good to see Archie coming along. He's wearing my number 14. So hey, love to see him doing good.
There we go. Well, again, obviously, as Stel said as well, they Slavia Prague created a few chances. Do you reckon that was reckless defending, or do you reckon they just sprung us a good few times, or there's something we've got to look out for in defence?
Yeah, there was a few I would say was good offense, and then there was a few I would say that we seemed to turn off in the second half. There was a moment there, I think it was about the 50th minute. It was like a 3-on-2, ended up being called offsides, and the flag went up, and nothing came out of it. But you could see Romero jogging, like you could tell he switched off there. So that was a little worrying. Our defense kind of switched off at times. They took the foot off the pedal a little too much in the second half. But at the end there, we kept the foot on, Tell and all them running forward. So it's that we got to keep doing that. I don't like to see us try to set up shop and let's just hold out for these last 10 minutes and just defend. I don't like seeing Cotton do that. It's rolling the dice. It never seems to work in our favor. So like we got to just keep the pressure on them, hold the ball. The best defense is a good offense. Sometimes whenever we have the ball in their half, they can't score. So, but there was a few shaky defensive moments, but all in all, I think it was pretty good.
Duff, what was your thoughts on Odegaard today?
He's one of those I'm not sold on. I think you're one of those Stel people that think he's not good enough. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be mean. He's a Tottenham player, so I'm going to wish him the best. But I mean, let's be honest. He was a Burnley player before us, and so we're thinking, a Burnley rotation. It's not like he was a star player either. He's going to come in and set the world alight. It's going to take some time, but it's been quite a while. He has flashes, but I would much rather see. I like Mwani at the striker, but like in that Brentford game, Muwani, he definitely showed some real tenacity on that left-hand side. I don't like seeing Javi out there. Honestly, because Kudus is left-footed, I'd actually like to see Kudus on the left, and then, maybe in one of these games throw Johnson whenever he comes back, or maybe Kulusevski whenever he comes back, put him on the right. But we've got to figure out the left wing.
Do you know, it's weird
The
because...
left wing is...
Oh, sorry, no, go on. Carry on, Duff.
I was just saying the left wing is our weakest position to me. Left back and left wing, we really need, because especially with Porro, I don't know how bad the injury was, and if they took him off just precaution, I don't know. But if Porro is out for months, I mean, come on, y'all.
I think it was just precaution, Dolph.
Porro's a right back, though, not a left back.
Yeah, no, but then we're going to have to put Spen. We
I'm
got
just saying
Ben
that
Davies,
if
brother.
Porro goes
Ben
out-
Davies, corner taking.
Ben Davies is back.
Come on, Ben Davies is not a left back.
Ben Davies, mate, on corner
Mate, I'm
duty.
joking.
Corner duty,
come on.
he's got incredible corners.
Because you know what it is with Tel Odebert?
Hey, that wasn't. He did put it right on the spot. I got to admit that was a good corner. But no, Davis hasn't played left back since the Conte days.
No, he can't play left back. He can't play left
He
back.
can't play left back.
He can't play
And so with Dudoggy out, and Spence is really, what I was getting at is we need a left back, but we need a left winger. To me, if we go out in January, we get Leao or someone of just that quality. Oh man, I would be happy with our team.
Yeah, that'd be a great
with Solanke,
signing.
Addison, and all them coming back.
signing.
If we get a proper left winger and some left back help, I think our squad's good. I'm happy with the squad. But the left wing, you can tell, we just don't have that firepower that scares defenses. And there's, Odebert shows flashes, but it's just not enough for me.
Duff, do you know what it is, right? So
What?
Odebert, the first 20 minutes, I thought was really good. I thought it was very good,
Yeah.
and Richarlison should have converted his cross. It was an excellent cross after he beat the man, but then he kind of fizzled out, didn't really do too much.
Yeah.
This is the question I have. Odebert and Tel, between them, have started something like 70 games. Or sorry, they've played 70 games. Whether it's coming on as a sub or starting, whatever. And between them, they've got 7 GA. So combined, they've got 7 goals or assists combined in 70 games. The output is awful, but but
numbers don't lie.
well, and this is it. So, but here's the thing: Tell's still young. Was he 19?
I believe so. 19, maybe just turned 20.
Yeah,
Right.
maybe 20.
Odebert's fairly young. So the question is, how long do you give them before you say, right, it's not working? Because you're looking at other youngsters like Bergvall, who you can see a clear improvement.
Yep.
Archie Gray, who everyone now is saying every week, oh, that was good. Oh, that was a good performance. You're seeing positives from other youngsters, yet these two, the stats don't lie. How long do we give them before we say, right, this experiment or this process or this project with these two? I mean, how long do you give them, Duff? And you, Brian, like both of you. How long do you give these two?
Yeah, I mean, for me, give it to the end of the season. They either one of them, they have to start scoring. They have to show something. I mean, just get assists. I mean, it's they don't have to score every game, but if they can just keep putting in dangerous balls and getting some maybe getting some assists. But to me, like, I'm partial. To just kind of explain this, I really like Mikey Moore. My last name's Moore.
Oh,
I've been playing FIFA since like 2012 career mode. I have had a number 11 more playing for Tottenham on my career mode. So I would love to see Mikey Moore with the 11 jersey on playing for Spurs. And so I feel like with Tell and Odebert, they kind of get in the way of Mikey's progression. And so I'd give it to the end of the season. Like I said, especially if in January, if we get someone in January or, a big name in January or summer, I'm sorry, but Tell or Odebert, one of them has got to go. It just hasn't worked out. I'd give it to the end of the season.
I have to say, Duff, how
long do you give it?
I'm actually growing a little bit more confident with Matisse Tell. I think he came on today and showed flashes as well. I'm not saying he's going to go on and be a superstar. Oh my God, he's going to be Young Player of the Year or he's going to smash the goals. But I'm actually starting to see little glimpses where his confidence seems to be settling in. He's trying to do a bit more. And I'm happy he's been brought back into the Champions League team to give Frank that option because Solanke is obviously out. So whereas I was probably in the camp of giving Odebear a little bit longer because we've seen recently where he's coming forward, I'm actually liking what I'm seeing from Tel Moore. I think Tel is being a little bit more direct. He obviously scored that goal against Manchester United, came on. I think, I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not like, oh my God, Tel's incredible.
Yeah.
We're going to... But I'm actually thinking, I'm starting to see little green shoots or little glimpses from Tel that if he could just piece it together, I still don't know if it's on the left or maybe playing off a forward, like if Solanke's back playing off of him. But I'm growing a little bit more confidence with Matisse Tel.
But here's the thing, that's not going to happen unless he's playing regular minutes.
Yeah, well, now he's in the Champions League team.
There's a reason Mikey Moore's doing well.
Yeah, well, Mikey Moore's
plays-
yeah,
He's playing every...
he's gone there. But
At Spurs, he wasn't getting any minutes.
Yeah, well, where are you with Matisse Tel, Duff? Final question before we crack on. Where are you with Matisse?
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm growing. But Tel is growing on me more than Odebear is. He's been here less, but he does seem to have a little bit more to him. Goal scoring. So I like how direct he is. Odebear seems to be like a proper wing.
Yep. Oh,
He's frozen.
the staff frozen.
He's driving through a... what they call it in America where the aliens are?
He's at level 51 in Vegas or whatever it's called.
Is it zone 51?
Oh, is he back?
Darth, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
We thought you drove through that area where there's aliens.
It is level 51 in Vegas, isn't it?
No, I finally just pulled into the house.
Oh, there you go.
What's it called? Is it Area 51?
Area 51.
Area
not level
51.
51. I'm thinking of Candy Crush. Bloody hell.
We thought you drove into Area 51.
Level 51. level.
No.
But yeah, so you were just
finally
saying
not.
about Tel, Darth. You're growing a bit more confident in him.
Yeah, he's been. I feel like most of the fan base was a little quick to turn on Tel, but he came in January, right at like the worst period, in the last 25 years, and so I feel like it was a slow start, but it was tough for him to kind of come into that situation, and so since he's been there, he's starting to show more to me than Odebear.
Played. Well, Darth, listen, it's been a pleasure speaking with you, buddy. Have a
Nice to
wonderful
meet you.
evening. Get into the house nice and warm. Enjoy your evening,
Yeah.
and we'll speak to you again soon.
Have a good Christmas as well if I don't speak to you again, Darth.
Yeah, happy holidays.
Yes. Same as
Merry
you.
Christmas.
Take care.
See you later,
Come on,
buddy.
you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
Calm the Spurs.
Sammy, how many we got in the queue now?
2.
We got 2. What? 2 including Alexander or 2 after Alexander?
2 including that.
2 including Alexander.
Alex has a different haircut every time he comes on. I swear to God, he's
He's copying me. I've shaved the beard.
you know
I've
Pop
gone with the
Idol.
wild.
You know Pop Idol. It's like you. It's
got
like
Gareth Gates.
It's like YouTube Idol.
He's got Gareth Gates. Let's bring Alex on. How are you, buddy?
And Alex, tell us who you are tonight.
Stars in the right.
I'm good, guys. How are you?
All good, brother. All good, buddy. What do you want to speak about?
We're good.
Yeah, honestly, it was a solid performance overall. I just think it was a shame we didn't see a tifo for Sonny. Honestly, I mean something. Come on, something.
That's a great
At least
point.
something. Like, it would have been beautiful.
Mate, that's a
like-
great point. Why didn't I think?
Well, wait a minute. Think about how long ago did it get announced? Last week. Is that quick enough to get all that done? The plan. It might have been a little bit, but I completely agree.
Yeah, it is. But
It would have
you
been
should
great
be
to
able
have done something.
Yeah, if they really wanted it, they could make it happen. But yeah,
But yeah, what's
What
your
would
thoughts
you
on
do?
tonight's performance?
it was solid. It was solid. I think it was a performance that will. I think it will make the players. I think it will benefit the players more than it will benefit Frank, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I think the players learned more of each other than Frank had to, because it was a low tier opposition. They were able to get up a gear because it was a back and forth game. We can see that it was quite back and forth from the get go, and I think the game plan today was to have a high line, it was to have high pressure, and it was to sort of don't hold back, you know. And it worked in our favor. We're the better team at the end of the day, and yeah, positive overall. And there's a lot of points I want to go into specifically, but
Let's
the
do it.
game, it was a good game. But Tell, I want to go start off with Tell. I think it's good that he's gotten included in the squad now.
Yep.
It's a good thing, honestly. I think his striking ability is underrated. Like he shoots when most of our forwards would pass. You know, he shoots in those opportunities. We could see that versus Leeds United, and if it's one thing the Bayern fans praised him for, it was his shooting ability. You know, he came up with a few like thundercunts. You know, like a few banging shots for Bayern like that. They stuck with the fans. You know, 3 shots like. Fucking 3 shots that I remember. If that's what you call them, right? That's what you call them. That's what you call them.
Don't repeat it. Don't repeat it.
All right. Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm Swedish. That's what I've heard it's called.
Don't.
Oh my God.
That was worth it. That was worth it.
God.
That was worth it.
Oh my gosh.
Don't
I
worry.
swear that's what they call them. Isn't that what they call them?
Mate, listen, that was a brilliant. That was wonderful. That was wonderful terminology. But I do agree with you. Like we were saying in the previous call, I'm starting to like what I see from Tell. And I will say, do you remember what Matisse Tell did for that shot when he cut in with his dancing feet on the corner? Do you remember a goal by Jermaine Defoe against Manchester City under AVB when we beat him 3-2? 3-1, and then Gareth Bale scored as well when it was on the.
Yes, yeah.
When he kind of whipped in and took the shot so quickly.
Yeah.
Matisse Tell, like you were just saying, Alex, I won't say the terminology, has got that very quick snapshot, and I think he's growing in stature. It's going to be little by little, step by step, but I agree with you. I'm getting a lot more excited about Tell's progress than I am Odebear's right now. But what was the next point on your list?
The midfield in general, I think we saw today that Archie and Palinia, they don't complement each other like as well as I think Archie and Bentancur. We could see it against Brentford. They gelled immediately. I think a better combo you'll see sort of complement each other is Bergvall and Palinia, as Stel mentioned. There you have a more like offensively tuned player and a more defensively, more because Bentancur and Archie, they're more neutral. They're the hybrid sort of midfielder, and then with Bergvall and Palinia, it's more contrast. I think they'll complement each other well, but Frank hasn't played them together yet. And honestly, I'd love to see just Palinia sitting back and Bergvall and Xavi interlinking as two tens,
Yep.
Behind the forward three in games where we really want to, smack our opponent. And I'm just waiting to see that because I think it'll work. Like Palinia, then Bergvall and Xavi as a sort of 10 duo, behind. I think that'll work great. But
I think you're the third person. Stel, yourself, and Nate was mentioning this.
Yeah.
Paulinia Bergvall setup will be better because obviously I think we know now the number 10 is going to be Simmons game after game. Obviously he will need rested or whatever, but do you think the big question about Xavi Simmons, the games he was out, yes, we were all asking for him to start a few more of them, maybe not all of them, but do you reckon the Spurs coaching team said, right, we're going to take you out for a bit, put you on the bench, but build you up in the gym, let you settle into the country a bit more, really make a more intense training programme, and then, I mean, obviously he's brought him back in and we can say, yep, he's come in, he's done wonders. But do you think there's been stuff going on behind the scenes with his training, his individual training, as opposed to, right, you just weren't ready to play?
Yeah, I think when you take a player out for as long as we did with Xavi, I think it was 3 games on the bounce, I think you have a greater opportunity to sort of, specifically develop a certain area of his game, like to sort of make him more ready for when he comes back. Because I think it was positive, honestly. I think most of us can say now that him getting dropped for 3 games now, it's made him into a different player. This is the Xavi. He's not reached his maximum levels yet. We know there's more to it, but he's the sort of Xavi that we expected when we bought. Like he's performing now. It's not against high level opposition, Prague and Brentford,
Yep.
but it's still performing, and you can't blame a player for doing it. Like you have to do it against every sort of top tier opposition. And I think now when he gets a run of games against Forest and Liverpool, he'll just grow, because he's that kind of player that the more you play him and the more he sort of reads his teammates, the team, like his intelligence is so high that he'll develop like so quick, and we won't look back ever since, because I think he'll be a great player for us. And whenever Kulusevski and Maris comes back, it'll be hard to integrate them too, because I think Xavi he's going to lock down a spot now. That's what I believe.
Still?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've made my views on this. What I think in terms
Anything else
of.
you want to add?
No. I normally disagree with Alex on everything when he comes on, but tonight I agree with
Just
everything
since
he's
Frank,
saying.
just since Frank.
Yeah, Alex, you know what? We haven't spoken.
I agree with you, Alex. I agree with you tonight. There's nothing I disagree
we
with.
haven't spoke with anyone.
There's
really
nothing
about
controversial to talk about, really. Like I can go on about this. I think I'm gonna rewind the tape a little bit now, but I think Frank, like the sort of main criticism I've had against him, as I didn't notice the previous shows I was on with you still, is that he is a low risk opportunity, like a low risk manager. He says he wants to take risk, but if you look at Brentford last season, they were the team. Let me pull up the stat because I have it here. They were the team that they had the highest shot on target percentage in the league.
Mm-hmm.
So, of the amount of shots they took, like it was, they had the highest percentage on target, because he minimizes the risks, and the goals or the shots outside of the box, that was also the lowest in the Premier League. Like you had the proof all there. He's not going to change it just because he comes to Spurs. I think he showed us what is the default sort of main set tactics were in the beginning of the season. It was like the sort of framework he wanted to build from, and it was boring. The framework he wanted to build from, it worked the best when we played one game a week earlier on in the season, because then he had double the amount of time to plan for games. It's obvious. Again, when he was at Brentford, he had a week almost every between every game he had a week to prepare. So that was the default. Yeah, judged him for, but I think he's learning. That's the positive, because you've criticized him with all due right, and the only thing you have to sort of put him up against is that he learns. And I think he's learned the most. Like he's learned a crucial part of what we've been missing, and that's our offense. Like he's made that work now.
I think 2 games is too soon to judge that.
Yeah,
But it looks like it's.
Draw.
I thought Newcastle we were awful.
No, I'm not saying I agree. It was an awful.
We weren't an
performance, but
attacking.
Mate, I'm not knocking the performance.
The last 2 games we've been attacking.
The 2 games we've been attacking. One thing about the Newcastle game is every single game recently, Newcastle away, even in that game, people like us to be a 3-4, 5-0 battering. Newcastle should have been out of sight. The fight and determination to get back into that game.
So I was about to say, what I saw against Newcastle was a team that was we played like a team.
Yeah,
we were a team in that game. We
unit.
Yeah, like we fought together to get back in the game. That's what I saw. Alex, let me ask you something on what you just said. Do you think Frank's learning, or do you think? Because when people say that, I say to myself, but if you've been managing for 13 years, what do you mean you're learning?
I'm about to slap you.
Like,
still, I think it's about.
Do you think he's been forced into this? Because
I knew we were going to say
that stadium. No, the reason I'll tell you why I'm asking it. It's a question. I don't know the answer. That stadium was getting toxic. It was getting toxic. The boos were coming. Yeah. Certain YouTubers were calling Frank out. The media were talking about him. Do you think he was forced into, I better change this? Do you think he was forced into it, or do you think, like you said, he looked here, he thought, you know what, maybe I've got to revisit it. Maybe he thought himself that prior.
Alex, before you answer
what's your thinking on that?
Before you answer, I'm just going to bring in another, and I always bring this one up.
Yeah, bring it up.
Whether you think it's he
I don't know the answer,
I think there was a lot of pressure that he had to make changes, and I think he realised finally this isn't working. But what I keep going back to, and before the chat goes wild, I am not comparing him to Antonio Conte. But do you remember when Antonio Conte was at Chelsea and they lost to the filth?
He changed it.
And he was like, right, I've tried it this way. It ain't working. I'm going back to what I know.
It could be that, yeah.
He changed it.
It could be that, yeah.
But I don't think Frank said, right, I don't think this is his. I think his default was what he had been doing, and I think it took to that part and the toxicity that it was getting, and some of it rightly so. Even I will say it with the style of play. I think it may have forced his hand, but sometimes it takes that little while to say, right, this ain't working. I've tried every combination. This ain't working. I need to try this way.
Yeah.
I mean, Alex, what's your thoughts on it?
I haven't been a believer of this forced into, like, we talked about this. It was a prime example 2 seasons ago. Was it 2 seasons or 1 season ago? When we won 4-0 against City at the Etihad. And
that was Ange last season.
Yeah, it was split in the fan base between, he got forced into it, City played into our hands, and it was deliberate by Ange. Like, it was so split in the fan base, I wasn't one of them that believed that it was forced, or that he was forced into it. And I think the situation is now, I think he shows at the beginning of the season, to go into a very low risk sort of route that he then realized he couldn't continue on. Because the result were costing us. The results, the reactions from the fans, the overall performance, the overall XG, which was disgusting. Everybody can agree that it was disgusting. Nobody can get away from that. And even today, I think if Slavia scored, which they could have, I think we could have kicked up a gear. If they scored and we sort of sensed or felt threat, I think we could have kicked up a gear and would have just capitalized immediately after and scored. I think we have that in us, and when our forwards gel, I think they're complementing each other. We have Kudus, we have Xavi. We don't have a high scoring striker right now. You can argue Richie, but you can see today he's the biggest like hit and miss player we've signed during the last decades. Like he's hit and miss constantly, and he doesn't provide that 100% reliability we need from a striker. And the left wing spot, that's our most leaking, breaching spot. We have to strengthen there. And overall I think he's learning, and I haven't been one of those fans that jumped on any bandwagon like in 100%. I've been balanced. I haven't. But for me, also I want to mention this. Stel, you mentioned earlier, you don't want to get carried away and blah blah blah. I think you gotta put contrast to it. You can enjoy yourselves and like celebrate like a lunatic about today, but still don't get carried away. Like, still don't put higher expectations of the next game and how we're gonna play the next. It can just be you want to enjoy the moment.
All right. So here's the thing. This is about personality, right? So Brian,
Brian
from day one. Brian from day one was yes, Frank. He's my guy. Blah, 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 blah. But for me, I. Do you know what? This is a personality thing. Tottenham has sucked the life out of me the last 6 years. If you saw me under Poch, I was a fanatic, like lunatic. Loved it. Since then,
weren't on YouTube then.
Yeah, before YouTube. Since then, they've sucked the life out of me. So now, unless we get to a final like a Europa, or unless we're challenging for a league, or unless we beat Arsenal or Chelsea, you're not going to see me going Daigle mode.
I know what you mean.
Is that what you're calling now? Daigle mode?
You're not going to see me going Daigle mode. No, because that's just where I'm at now as a fan. It's almost, show me a trophy, show me a final, beat Arsenal, and you'll see me going wild. I just think it's.
Hunter.
I just think. Do you know what? The one thing you can't call a Spurs fan, you can't call a Spurs fan a glory hunter. do you get it, Alex?
Still.
It's a personality thing.
I get it. I'm just saying, like, the amount of times, especially last season, the amount of times I sat numb in front of the TV and I just laughed. I was like, I'm gonna go to the mental asylum soon because I just sat in front of the TV and I laughed. It's your choice.
It's a nervous laugh. I know.
You either cry or you laugh.
I've been like that for 6 years.
Yeah, when it gets bad. Still, I gotta mention this. Call me out if I'm wrong, but I think, honestly, now I'm totally honest. I think you would have been fully behind Brank, like his biggest supporter, if he went on to win that Super Cup. And in his first game as Tottenham manager, he lifted a trophy. I think
100%.
Yeah, man, and that's what I mean. I'm still hung over that game because I know that we're not going to get an opportunity to play in a Super Cup for probably another 5 years.
Do you know what will excite me, Alex? I'll tell you what will really excite me.
I said that was a crucial game, like a huge game for Frank. If he would have won that Super Cup, he would have had a whole fan base.
Yeah, the whole fan base,
and it would have been much easier for him to sort of have a bigger collective behind him. Because now it's still split.
I tell you what will super excite me, like really, really excite me. whoever the manager is, whether it's Frank or the next guy, whoever it is, if ENIC just back the manager.
Well, we're going to see in January.
If ENIC, I think January a little bit, the
January,
summer.
I think a big player comes in.
If ENIC back a manager, just properly back a manager, I will get excited, whoever the manager is.
Yep.
Even if we bring back Nuno and he gets backed, I will get excited. Because I've never seen ENIC back a manager.
January, I think we do bring in one quality player. I don't know the money or whatever, but whether it be a loan or whatever, I do think there's talk about. Obviously, I was doing the watch along with Simeon for Villa, and it's of the weekend of the 9th we play Villa. I think Spurs go early and get a player in. Well, I'm not saying if it'll be a loan or a high quality player, but I think they will go early and bring someone in to say, right, this is where we're going with this. What do you feel about that, Alex? Last point.
Brian, like what we need is experience. We need experience. And something I hate within our fan base right now is that because we've gone down the youth route, like the youth pathway, whenever a signing that would be great for us in terms of experience, leadership, which we lack leadership in my opinion, and talent. Like if they're 30 plus, we're like, no, we can't sign a 30 plus, but it's like off the charts, and I hate that because I think what we need is older players right now, experienced players that can bring this squad together. Because if you look at Villa, they've just signed 23 to 31, 32-year-olds for the last like 4 years. They've just signed older players, and what you can see right now as a unit, Villa right now, is that they're all on the same page. There's no differences. Everybody can be consistent because they don't have youth. They don't have youth in general that they have to rely on. We have to rely. Our backups are a lot of youths that aren't consistent. You can't rely on them to be consistent because they're younger. They're going to have inconsistency, so that's a part of it. So what I think we have to do now in the coming windows is we have to go out and we have to spend on experience, and whether that's 30 plus, whether you get a midfielder 30 plus or whatever, just do it honestly. I think Perisic was a prime example of that.
Yep.
What he brought to us, especially during the season after, not during Conte, but during Ange, I think if he would have played on and never got injured, I think he would have been our best winger. He was 32 when we signed him. So
agreed.
That's a thing that I think we have to stop being afraid of. Age, we have to be. No, we can't sign any more young players. And I have to talk to Stell about this, because Stell, when I've heard you say, he has to put credit in the bank for us to be able to spend, like for me to feel like it's worth spending on Frank, he has to put credit in the bank. I couldn't even care less. But you know why? Because I've said this so many times. If you spend on quality that any manager can utilize, then the manager becomes irrelevant to the conversation. Not totally, but hugely he becomes irrelevant to the conversation, to the equation, if we sign pure quality that any manager can utilize. Semenyo, whatever. Frank is sacked, the next manager will be able to utilize him. Quality flourishes under any system, and that's where I don't even think about Frank. He's not in my picture. When it comes to my club that I support and love, I want to see us go big in January transfer window and sign quality. Not because I don't even think about Frank. It's not about system players, but I want to sign quality that we can utilize in every sort of system you can think of. Back three, defensive 4-3-3, whatever you want to. Quality. That's what we need now, and I think we need experienced quality more than anything. I think they'll uplift us, where we'll start to see another level being taken.
Well, Alex, let's see what happens in the transfer window. We've got a backlog of
you see
people.
what I mean, mate? Like, I don't think it should be like, should we spend on him?
No, Alex, listen, I agree with you. Whoever the manager is, we've got a back. Alex, listen, I don't want to rush you off, but we've got
2 more guests to
get
get
to go through.
We're going to try and get this done, and we get home before midnight. So we're going to do this.
Okay.
Alex, always a pleasure, brother.
Fingers crossed we spend money in January. Fingers crossed.
Take care, guys. Okay.
See you later on, brother.
Big up, Alex. Look after yourself.
Right. Someone who was messaging me to try and get on, and I hadn't seen it. This is going to be interesting. I can see him ready. The best smile on YouTube. He's rubbing his chin now, thinking deeply what he's going to say. I can see the smile. Let's bring on fireworks at the ready. Let's bring on Mr. Box Office TV, Alex, brother. How are we doing, geezer?
Like I said, I'm going to be straight up, straight to the point, straight away.
Alex.
Not going to lead the pleasantries at all. I'm going to be straight honest with you. Maybe I'm being Mr. Box Office, the Professor of Truth and Entertainment, maybe being the ratings killer, the most hated guy in the Tottenham fan base. But I'm going to be very, very honest with some of these Tottenham fans right now about a certain player that is very popular right now. I don't rate Javi Simmons.
Oh my God!
I really don't rate Javi Simmons. I've got to be honest. I've got to be honest. No.
Alex, let me just say one thing.
What are you talking about?
Alex, let me just say one thing. Let me just say one thing.
How are you going to start that?
Alex, let me just say one thing. Alex, just I'm going to let you continue. I'm going to let you. Alex, I'm going to let you continue to explain yourself. But first, I want you to take a deep breath.
Okay. Let's
realise what you're saying.
I'm fine. You two are getting rattled right now. It literally just said,
I'm not rattled, brother. I'm just trying to your best interest. Got off you go, bro.
No. Trash Xavi Simmons. Go.
Let me just give you some context. Oh my God.
Sammy, click this.
Just rattled you by me saying that.
Go on, bro. I'm not rattled. I'm looking out for your benefit.
When I say this, I'm just sitting there saying, we spent 60 million on this guy, yeah? Whatever we did it, yeah? I'm watching this guy, yeah? Then I'm saying, okay, I'm looking at the player that we had, who's injured at the moment, who hopefully will come back, Kulusevski. Can someone tell me, what is the difference between them two? Because I don't see the difference at the moment. You didn't even rate Kulusevski. Can someone tell me?
Still, I'm going to let you take this one.
Is that actually a question?
I'm asking the question, what is the difference between Kulusevski and Javi Simmons at the moment? Because I don't see it at the moment, bro.
Okay. Javi Simmons travelling with the ball is better than Kulusevski. Javi Simmons pulling away from the player when running with the ball is better than Kulusevski. Javi Simmons' one-touch play is better than Kulusevski. And Javi Simmons...
Based on what? Based on what? What we've seen right now?
What else am I going to base it on?
Right now?
What else am I going to base it on?
Based on what?
What do you want me to base it on?
Can someone tell me? Because honestly, I'm sitting there saying...
Yeah, on what I see.
It's not. No, it's not. It's not. I'll tell you right now, I think Kulusevski's better than him.
Alex, let me just add to this now.
No, hold on.
Alex, let me just add to this. You're gauging Kulusevski, who's been in now, what, 3.5 seasons?
Mate,
compared to Javi Simmons, who's been here for 3 months.
If you want to play that game,
Alex.
If you want to play that game,
oh my God.
If you want to play that game, go and watch him at RB Leipzig. And who's the top player there when he was at RB Leipzig? It wasn't Javi Simmons.
Mate, he was brilliant at RB Leipzig.
It was a pender.
They had lots of good players. Alex, they had lots of good players.
Talking about here. If you go and watch it. Yeah, if you go and watch it, if you want to start playing this game,
that's like saying who was a good player. That's like saying, Alex, do you know what you're doing? Hold on, Alex, this is absurd.
The victim here, yeah.
Victim? You don't even know what the argument is.
The victim of like Javi Simmons at the moment.
He's lost it. He's lost it.
No. Let's do this.
Alex, hold on 1 second. Alex, 1 minute. That's like you saying to me, the best player at Barca was Iniesta. But so was Xavi, so was Messi, so was Puyol. Yeah, just because Openda was a good player at RB Leipzig doesn't mean Xavi Simmons wasn't really good as well. They had lots of good players.
I think he's okay. I think he's good, but I'm being honest with you. I'm being really honest with you.
He's a good player, man. He's a good player.
He's a decent player. He's a decent
That's not what you said when you came on.
I don't mean that he's this player that everyone's... by what I was
hearing...
When
you came on, you didn't say... What did he say when he came on?
By what I was hearing from...
You never said he was decent when you came on.
Because I've only got 5 minutes to make myself known that you lot couldn't do it in an hour or 2 hours, yeah? Right? Okay. The people that were talking about Javi Simmons were waxing lyrical about this guy.
This isn't real.
I'm sure this isn't real. Talk show. Yeah? We're saying all this stuff, yeah? Right? And all I've seen, he works hard. Yeah, he's got a bit of attitude. Yeah, he looks like Brad Pitt.
He looks like Brad Pitt?
Leonardo DiCaprio. He's got the looks of Leonardo DiCaprio.
Okay. What are we talking about now?
Javi, Brad Pitt, all into one, yeah? So you can bring that looks into him and everything else. Yeah, but other than that,
what is
so decent about him that he's better than bloody Kulusevski?
Okay, Alex,
so good? Because I don't see it.
So, Alex, let's just say in the last 2 games, he's come back from a few games out, whether they've been working on him in the gym or doing whatever. He's come on against Brentford, goal and assist. He's come on...
Against Brentford?
Mate, he can only play what's in front of him.
Brentford.
He can, oh my good God!
Ale-
He can only play
Alex,
us in front of him.
hold
Then he's
on.
played tonight.
Hold on.
He's got a goal from the penalty, and he
Against Slavia
created the.
Prague that we should be beating.
Mate, he can't play Bayern Munich tonight. He's playing Slavia Prague.
Alex,
he couldn't have played. He couldn't have played Liverpool.
You see,
He played-
Xavi Simmons, guys. 1 minute. You see Xavi Simmons. He, for me, him and Kulu are different players. So comparing them, I don't think is fair. And I'll tell you why. I think Kulu is a wide forward that can drift into the 10. For me, and I said it the day we signed him, I don't know what other Spurs fans said, I'll just repeat what I said. If you watch him at Leipzig, he's a hybrid 8-10. He's a player.
Hybrid. It's like, we do special
A hybrid. I'll explain to you what hybrid means. Okay, I'll explain to you.
I love it.
Alex, I'll explain to you what it means. Hybrid means he can play in two positions simultaneously. He can sit in the 8 and then travel into the 10, or he can pull away from the 8 and sit in the 10. He plays in that type of role. I don't think Xavi Simmons is an out-and-out number 10. I've never believed that. I think he's an 8 that drifts into the 10, and if he's got a hold in the 10 for a while, he can. Kulu is different. He's a wide player that can drift into the 10. So I think comparing them isn't fair because I think they're two different style of players. My opinion. My view.
I just listen, he's got time. He's got time. Not like Mawani. Again, people go over the top about him again because, again, moments don't mean nothing to me. This guy's on loan. Again, need to remind people, and he's done absolutely nothing, right? Yes, good touches. Yes, he has got a good shot. But at the end of the day, for a loan signing that should have been an impact, he's done a damn squid. He's been a damn squid. We still got that below average of Emil Heskey, Richarlison up front, which honestly I can't. You know what my feelings on.
Yeah, but I agree with you on this.
Who could
I
sign a
agree.
new contract, by the way, still.
I agree with you on this
because of his numbers.
Okay, so Alex, talk to me.
Then we got a problem because
Alex,
people say that we want a top striker. If you're going to say that he's a top, if he's going to start going about his numbers and he's a backup, I've got a problem with people. Yeah,
Okay,
that's
but Alex,
you.
Alex,
That's you, not me.
That's
you. I don't want him.
Oh, he's doing
not
Soldier
me.
Boy.
You,
Not me.
You, Soldier Boy,
me.
ain't where
Not
you
me.
You.
That's what I got to find it as.
That's what I say to
not
Stel.
me.
I call Stel Soldier Boy because he goes, you. But okay, but
What's going on?
Alex,
What's going on?
talk to me about something positive that you took from the game today.
Oh, I love this. Now I've got to go positive. You know what I mean? Yeah, I went to a soccer event on Sunday. I enjoyed myself. Thank you very much. But it's
No,
the point
I'm-
is though, yeah.
I'm-
You know what I mean? It's like that. You know that. I mean, honestly, I'm just saying. Yeah.
Do you rate
He won the
Kudus?
game.
What about Mohamed
He won the
Kudus? Do you rate
game.
him?
Pardon?
Do you rate Mohamed Kudus?
He's okay. I think at the moment.
Okay.
Listen,
His
listen,
stats are the best in the
I think
league.
for me,
He's got
he
the
needs
best
to
stats
grow.
in the league.
Yeah, but I think he needs to grow still. I think there's some still growth in this guy for me. There's a lot of growth that needs to happen. I think that for me at the moment, I think this is where Xavi Simmons is. I'm not rating him at the moment. I think there's needs to be some still connection.
Is Jeremy Beadle going to come out?
The players at the moment. I think there's some bonding still. There's intertwining that is growing that I can see, but I don't know. It's just I just think at the moment it's Slavia Prague. We should have thrashed them today, bro. We should have absolutely.
I think their goalie kept the score respectful. To be fair,
I know, but we should have absolutely annihilated them.
Yeah, we should have. We should have.
The most easiest run in this Champions League. We've not even had a Champions League. I think I've been shortchanged in this Champions League. Got to be honest. I've not even seen Real Madrid. I've not seen Barcelona. I've not even seen Bayern Munich. I've not even seen Harry Kane come back.
Thank God.
Right? You know what I mean?
You saw
I've been
Son tonight.
shortchanged. I've
Sonny
seen
came back.
Newcastle play bloody Barcelona.
Sonny came back.
I've seen Liverpool play Real Madrid. I mean, honestly, you think I'm going to go and watch Slavia Prague? No disrespect.
But
You know
do you know what,
so,
Alex?
like I
You
said, I
look
think
at
we've
it.
got an easier, and I'm being honest. It's. Listen, I'm not here. I'm be an adult here. You know what I mean? I'm not. People are gonna say I'm Frank out and all that crap. No, I'm not gonna say anything on that because I'm not a baby.
Don't you dare.
The point is though, it's just for me. I just think certain things here. I still think needs to be ironed out about certain things, and this is why I think we're gonna have to give it a season at the moment. But
So,
Yeah,
Alex, let me ask you this final question because we're going to get on and get KPV on and then get home. I tried to get you to say a positive. You just said we should have annihilated them and got more goals. Granted, we should have. But can you not see in the last two games, regardless that it's Brentford, regardless that it's Slavia Prague, over the last few weeks, games, months, whatever, we've been wanting to see Tottenham create more chances, be more ruthless, create those chances, play more attacking football. And in the last two games, we've most certainly done that. We should have beaten Brentford by about 5 or 6. And today, it should have been 5 or 6 with the chances we created. So surely, you can only beat what's in front of you. And the last two games, going forward, both first half and second half, we have created probably more chances in the last two games than we had in the last 5 combined.
Yeah, I know, but we've shown the intent, yeah, and that's all on Frank then. That's all on Frank. That's the problem here. This is where we're looking at it. This is not all on the players, and it's not all on just Frank. But it's mostly on Frank because we've seen now when you've shown the intent of attacking, we're attacking. I'm not impressed with the attack though. I've got to be honest because it is very much on the wings and it's just crossing the ball in. There's no imagination. You see what I'm saying? You know, so, but again, I think maybe with it time, but again, I need to see it, bro, because at the moment, you know what I mean? Like, what am I seeing here? You know what I mean? It's like, I think Stell said something very, very important. I'm kind of like Stell here. You know what I mean? So, like, when he says that, I was kind of the same way as him 6 years ago with Pochettino. You know what I mean? I was happy, and then since then, I've not been the same. So, I'm repeating myself again because I've been saying this to Mr. Box Office TV.
I think a lot of Spurs fans can be in that.
You know what
I mean?
No wonder I'm doing less reactive. I'm focused on more less reactive content because that's it. But I just wanted to because I was going to say it on my channel, but I sat there and thought I'm so bored of like reacting about this crap. I'm just getting bored of it. You know what I mean? I might as well just say it. And I like you two boys, obviously. You know what I mean? You two gentlemen. You know what I mean? You know. But it's like for me, I'm just being honest with you. I'm looking at Javi Simmons. I think Tells, I can see he's got a shot on him, but we've got to see consistency.
Correct.
Right? You know what I mean? And the thing is though, right, we had a go at certain players that we had before, and I just need to remind people, like Bergwijn, right, Gil,
yep.
Moira, Lamela. Is Javi Simmons better than those players?
Yes.
Is Tell better than those players?
No.
Is Alderbear better than those players that we let go of? That's the question. You know what I mean?
I think Alderbear is better than Brighton.
How have you put Xavi Simmons?
Richarlison better than Adebayor? Is Richarlison better than Adebayor that we let go of on a free?
But Xavi Simmons and Adebayor are in completely different positions.
Remember Adebayor? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that was scoring
He
goals.
wasn't a bad player. He's just a mercenary.
Exactly.
So what is the difference between him and Richarlison? He's much. Adebayor's. Richarlison couldn't even touch.
But who argued this?
But
who's ever argued that though? Like no one's ever. No, I don't think anyone disagrees with you on that, Alex.
So why is everybody waxing lyrical and giving him such celebration because he's putting effort in?
Who?
What is that all about?
Who?
Richarlison.
But Richarlison's been scoring the goals recently.
Hold on 1 minute. No, Alex, that's not fair. That's not fair. Richarlison splits fan opinion. Half the fans quite like him and see what he does. The other half want him sold.
No, I think a lot. Don't know about
Richarlison splits the fan base.
I think even Richarlison fans would say we need a better striker, especially with the Solanke.
That's what I mean. Because they don't rate him.
We need a better striker. Listen, like you've regularly said about getting Champions League or going for, we need a better striker than Richarlison. But right now, Richarlison is all we've got. And right now, apart from tonight, Richarlison has been scoring goals.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is half.
You know that's just a purple patch, O'Brien.
But he stayed fit all season, mate. But
you know that's a purple patch, though.
So if it's a purple patch, brilliant. I hope the purple patch continues because he's all we've got.
Alex, half the fans agree with you about Richarlison. By the way, I'm just saying. You're looking at the ones that disagree with you. Half actually agree with you. Richie divides fans massively.
Completely.
And by the way, as well. By the way, just on this argument about Romero, yeah, he's rash. He is rash, right? Like Van der Ven, right? and he needs to improve on that, yeah. Because like I said before, yeah, right. I don't care if a tackle is getting the ball. If you're strong in a tackle, you are going to get booked in this day and age. So unfortunately, he's costing us. Whenever he goes on the floor, he's costing us. Yeah, that's all I've got to say on it. Yeah. The only one I would say is at the moment that's improved, who's shown me a little bit more intent as well, is Jed Spence. At least he's trying to attack. At least he's trying to attack his man. Yeah, and I see there's a little bit of connection, link up play. You know what I mean? He's mixing it up. That's one thing I will say today was good. There's players linking up, moving positions. That's something that's I'm seeing. But again, it's got to be consistent, yeah? And that's what I've got to say on this gentleman, you know what I mean? You know what I find, Mr. Box Office TV?
We do, Mr.
And the best,
Boxy.
the worst, and bang average top 5 is coming soon because, like I said, I'm sick and tired of saying the same thing every single time to every single person, that's it. And if you see Ben from We Are Tottenham TV, say to him, stop being deluded, yeah? Then that's all I've got to say, yeah?
I'm sure
Right,
he'll be.
take care,
I'm sure he'll be
yeah?
watching this. Boxy, always a pleasure, and I've got to see you very soon, brother. We'll
Yeah,
sort
take
out
care of
seeing
yourself.
each
Big
other.
up still, yeah? Big
See
up
you
still
later
every
on,
single
brother.
time, yeah?
I'll see the Liverpool game if you're there.
See you later.
Yeah, see you later, yeah, take care.
Well,
All right,
the
man.
gold win that was Box Office has done.
So just to clarify, Simmons ain't good, or he's overrated.
Yep.
Kudus is okay,
Yep.
right? He's gone after our 2 best players, and then he ends by saying, "Yeah, I quite like Spence."
Yeah, exactly. You never know what you're going to get. And from going with, you
I love
don't know
Alex.
what you're
I
gonna
love
get.
Alex. I love
So
Alex.
there's only one man to show.
Big up Box Office.
It's
And
me.
KPV.
It's me. It's KPV.
Big up KPV.
What's up, buddy?
What's up, man? Just watched the highlights of the game, man. Brilliant win, and big up to Mr. Box Office. I love when he comes on, and yeah, I like what he says. Funny guy, and yeah, brilliant.
What have you got to say? What was your thoughts on today, KPV?
Brilliant win. I'll take it. But the sad thing is, we're gonna miss our main goal scorer, who's got more goals. Van der Ven is gonna miss the Dortmund game at home
That's a
at the
big
new
blow.
stadium. Finally,
That's a big blow.
we're playing Dortmund at our new ground, but we played them at Wembley when we reached the Champions League final. And we all know we beat Dortmund 3-0 at Wembley. And who got the goals?
Vertonghen, Heung-min Son and Llorente.
Exactly, Jan. And yeah, Vertonghen assisted Son. And
Vertonghen had a blinder that game, my man Vertonghen.
Vertonghen, my man. And
God, I miss him.
Toby had a brilliant game, and Eriksson assisted Llorente, and then Toby just high fives Eriksson from a corner, and Llorente heads it in. But now we're going to miss Van der Ven for that game on the 20th of January. Then a week later we play Frankfurt at home, which everyone.
Frankfurt away.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You said home,
28th
but never mind.
of January, damn it. 28th of January.
Yeah,
it's a
God
week
damn
later
it.
after we're unbeaten against Frankfurt. We've not lost. I went to the home game when we beat them. Son got a banger, and Kane scored and missed a penalty in the game. Like, he scored a pen and then missed one against Frankfurt.
No. We drew with Frankfurt last season. KPV.
I'm on about when we played them in the Champions League under Conte.
Okay.
I'm on about that because I know we drew with them at home last season, but Ekitike, the Liverpool man, scored, who Newcastle after, but they went after the Brentford man, Wissa, and we got, like I said, we've only got R9. As he's always got, but
R9. I love it when people say R9 about Richarlison. When there is only one R9. There is only one R9. The original Ronaldo, and there is no comparison. There is no comparison.
I couldn't care less what people say. Like, I don't really care what people say about Richie. I couldn't give a damn because I'm not saying I rate him. Like he's now got. He missed a penalty against Copenhagen. Should have let what's his name take the penalty because he won it for Scarlett. Yeah. Like, why would you let Richie take it when he missed one? Like, he scored a few for us in the Europa League on our way to the final, but he misses it. Like, come on. Like, even Scarlett would score, and he's not getting a go in the team. Like, what's going on with Frank? You don't let youngsters play. Like, give the guy who got a few goals for the under-19s earlier, Lucas William, whatever his name is.
Lucas William Barnett or Barnett Williams.
That's
Williams
the one.
Barnett. Williams Barnett.
William Barnett, yeah, Williams. Like, he should
Harvey
be in the
Williams
first
Barnett.
team because he's actually been scoring goals. But yeah, it looks like Danzo is going to play centre back with Romero. And
Correct.
great to see Ben Davis back after months of injury. And
What corners?
he's now-
What corners? KPV.
What's up?
Ben Davies takes brilliant corners, doesn't he?
Yeah, and he hasn't scored a goal since I don't know when.
Beating
Was
Aston
it-
Villa in the FA Cup.
Oh, that's the one.
I
Yeah,
remember
like
that.
we've got Villa. We have to beat Villa in the FA Cup. Revenge for earlier this year knocking us out, and they've got Morgan Rogers and Buendia and McGinn, and yeah, they got Ollie Shotkins, as I call him, Ollie Shotkins, known as Watkins. Like, I don't like because he's a gooner. and now they've
KPV.
got-
What about Ollie
Yes,
Topbins? Ollie Topbins.
Huh?
No, we don't want Ollie Top Bins.
Ollie Topbins.
No, I don't want him because he's a gooner. Like, we had players play for us who actually support Arsenal. I didn't know. Kulu actually support Arsenal when he grew up as a kid, like Bale and Doherty. Like, on his Twitter bio, when he signed for us, it said, I love Arsenal. Fucking hell, Irish twat. Like, you joined us and you support Arsenal. Well,
Right, on that note, KPV, I'm going to ask you for your man of the
Getting
match
shut down.
for
Man of the
today.
match.
Man of the match today.
Go on. Yes. You saw in the chat, I'm not sure if you saw in the chat, I went for Vicario. You didn't
You had
see my
Vicario, okay.
comment.
Okay.
I went for Vicario. Yeah.
Fair,
like,
fair one.
and I went for Venom. And I've heard some rumours that this could be his last season with us after he got some stick from our home fans against Fulham. Is what I've heard, is what he's been saying. This could be his last season. I don't know what he's been saying. I don't know why he would put that up. But if it is, then bring back Gazaniga.
Yeah, sure.
Bring
KPV,
back
on that
Gazaniga.
note, we're going to let you go, brother, so me and Stel can get home. Have
Yeah.
a great one, brother, and we'll speak to you soon.
Yeah, and we must meet up. Like, if you're going to one of the Tottenham games. And
I'm going to hopefully
Oh.
try and go to the FA Cup game. I'm
Yeah,
hopefully
and-
going to go to the FA Cup
yeah,
game.
and you've seen the World Cup draw already, so I've seen it, and bring it on. So
Damn
bring on
right.
2026.
Damn
All
right.
guys,
Just a shame
that's
England
it
aren't in
for us
Toronto.
tonight.
See you later on,
that's it for us
KPV.
tonight, boys. And as always, come on, you Spurs. See you,
Come on,
boys.
you Spurs.
Take care, KPV.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kids of all ages, it's been a great fan show, an instant reaction. It was an incredible watch along where we had all things going. Interactivity. Sammy is the biggest winner of the night. It's been a wonderful evening with all you guys. Stel, always a pleasure, brother.
Yes, absolutely.
Guys, we will speak to you soon. The boys will be back in tomorrow to review everything. Have a wonderful evening, morning, whatever time of the world it is where you are. Like, comment, share and subscribe. And as always, Thomas, Frank, come on, you Spurs.